because of white supremacy, y'all. You gotta remember that. You gotta remember that.
Yep.
All right. So we can start with it. If y'all are ready, I mean, we can start.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and get this party started here, y'all. Let's go ahead and
Get to the meat and potatoes.
Yes, ma'am. All right, folks, everybody, welcome on into the All Out Podcast. Hope that y'all been having a good day today. I'm your host, Disbearity here, and we're back again with more of our shit talk. Okay, I mean, not really. For more of our discussions. So today, Aki, starting with you, sir, how are you doing today? What's going on?
I'm all right. I'm fine. But I'm looking at that goddamn hat on your damn head and wondering what the fuck is going on here.
He ascended, man. He ascended.
Right.
Yeah, Aki, I ascended. I got
round of applause for Disbearity for ascending.
Aki, I graduated. Aki, I graduated, bro.
He's now officially a black male activist.
Yes, Aki, I'm fighting for your rights, Aki.
He's fighting for our rights. They get a man some respect, Aki.
Did you know that Shagsworth has a bigger beard than me because of white supremacy, bro? Not because I couldn't grow it.
Telling you, every show needs the pillar of white supremacy, and that is me. I am here to hold everyone down.
Shoot,
how dare you put me on the bottom? I should be at the top of those windows.
Well, Discord, you better fix that Discord. But yeah.
Wow. Yo, real piece of work. But anyway. Oh my goodness.
Just for Shagsworth right here, he's gonna be the forefront. There you go. The forefront.
Oh
God, there we go.
Really, what you been up to today? How's your day going?
My day is going well. I didn't get some practicing on Killer Instinct. Might get back on there because I want to try to get gold today. No questions asked. Go from there. Otherwise, I've just been relaxing. I'm probably gonna be somewhere drunk.
I feel it.
I'm hoping. What's her name? The mother of my child, like literally get some.
What about you, Twilight? What you been up to today?
Not much. Just spent the day with my daughter.
That's what you guys do. You guys have fun?
Yeah, we played in the backyard for a little bit, but it's kind of been rainy today, or not as nice. So I'm mostly chasing her around the house.
Just like my dog, chasing her around. Yeah, well, we have a dog now, so I'm trying to get my dog a bath this past weekend, and she think I'm trying to chase her around the entire backyard. So I should do all that. As big as I am, I'm not gonna do all that. You better get this stuff. What about you, Shag? What's been going on, sir?
Not much, man. Just busy with work, and I recently took the plunge back into the Elder Scrolls Online, so that's been consuming my game time recently.
Oh yeah, I seen you streaming that earlier.
Yeah, and for people who don't know, like that's where I got my start on Twitch with that game. Like, when it wasn't even really a game, I was streaming it, and it was really cool. And the stuff that I played through again has been really nostalgic. It made me feel like it was the very first time I picked it up. So I've been enjoying that. Just been chilling, being a racist white man. You know how it goes.
Oh my.
I got a question for you though, Shags, man. Elder Scrolls. When it comes to the housing, like after already buy the land, have it open.
There's different properties around the whole entire map, and the house is built, like it's already constructed for you. You can customize the stuff in the house, and it's also an involved process because you can't just put anything you want in it. A lot of the recipes for certain things like beds or even paintings or statues, you have to find as random drops in the world or do things out in the world. So it's cool. You know, I haven't really gotten much into that. It's been more of just playing through the stories that I missed out on. But I plan on like pimping out the house that I have because I have like it was a really big property in one of the zones, but it's like it's just empty. There's like really nothing in it. So
Oh shit!
yeah.
I forgot about this mask. Oh my god.
Aki, where's your cat? Where's your kufi at, Aki?
How about? Let's see. I don't know. I don't have one, and I don't want one.
You know,
I will
Aki,
say, I want me some pizza though.
you know, Aki, you will be activated. You will be activated right one day. Okay, I will activate you no matter what. I got you.
How about never?
Uh, but again, like I said, welcome on in everybody to the podcast. Though today's topics today are pretty some good are some pretty good ones. Today we're going to be going like we did last time with subtopics first and then the main topic. So the subtopics today are Discord versus Gilded, physical versus digital games, networking and content creation in the future of movies. And then the main topic of the day is racism amongst your own race. So that's what we're going to be speaking about today. So let's go ahead and start with the Discord versus Gilded. Aki, since you suggested this, let's go start with you first, sir.
Okay, so I have been seeing a whole lot of things on Twitter about certain streamers who are Discord partners are losing their partnerships because they're trying to keep their lobbies. I mean, not their servers, pretty much on like the requirements to where they could keep the benefits and everything else and whatsoever. But the problem is that even though they could do it, but Discord always cuts it off. So when with Gilded has been a new kid on the block and everything, it offers features that some people has been saying that they been want Discord to deal with. You know what I mean? And it's gonna get to a point that if Gilded fix one of the issues that Gilded does have is the audio and streaming the audio and such and everything when you trying to stream into the server. If they could get that fixed, that'd be awesome. And also if they can keep adding more features that pretty much I would say in the probably the next 2 to 3 years, I would say that Discord is gonna begin to think of the past.
The that's actually something that Discord struggled with in the beginning too. Like I mean, because you had, I mean, I don't know what you guys used before, but I was me and my friends used TeamSpeak all the time. And even before that was Vent and
Ventrilo, right?
Ventrilo, yeah. So like, but those like Discord was a really cool new thing, but it struggled with like bandwidth issues where you'd have like really bad like signal like degradation. Essentially, like too many people were on it. You know there'd be too much like breakup or whatever. I can't think of like the proper term, but so they did struggle with that too. I think what Discord's doing is a little strange. You had a lot of like really like dedicated people to that platform who run like busy like communities, and I understand it costs a certain amount of money to run these servers and they need a certain amount of interaction on them, but I mean like people who have been like simping for Discord since day one are like dropping them because they're like, yeah, I just lost my partnership because I'm like missing these numbers by a little bit, so I think Discord needs to like kind of rethink their business model in that way. I think they need to look at these servers on a case-by-case basis and see, again, who has been behind them since the beginning, who has been like pushing them, and like I don't know, it seems a little strange what they're doing when I first saw it happening. And but I think healthy competition is good. I think Gilded should be something that's available. I think people should explore it and they should build on their technology, get better.
Now, for me, as of recently, with certain things that's been going on, I mean, on the political standpoint, Discord's been very woke on the political standpoint. But besides that, with Discord versus the whole Guild and stuff, Guild, like Aki said, Guild is the new kid on the block. You know, a lot of the features that Guild is offering is actually free on Gilded versus Discord Nitro. Discord Nitro, just to stream 1080p or post anything bigger than like 5-8 megabytes, something like that, you have to pay for Nitro. Which Gilded, I don't know how they do it. I don't know where they get their money or who supplies them, but a lot of those features are necessarily free, which is quite nice. And what's crazy about with Gilded is that, which I've been trying to tell people, is that you can have literally a server within a server. So you have your main server, but then you can have hub servers. So let's say like Aki wanted his own server, part of my server or my Gilded space, or Twilight or anybody else. So that's super neat. And also, you don't have to, like, when it comes to voice channels on Gilded, you don't have to have like multiple voice channels for, like, let's say din 1, din 2, or voice 1, voice 2, whatever. You can literally just have one voice section, and then within that one voice section, you can have subsections within the voice section, which is pretty interesting. They also offer a active forum through Gilded as well, so you can have a forum within your chats or your community. And then on top of that, they have a calendar. I don't know what the hell you're gonna use a calendar for. I mean, I guess to plan events, but
late nights, all that stuff, man.
Yeah, because I kind of feel like that it can be good for content creators, because that would give their communities, okay, then what goes on. Like, let's say if you're planning a charity stream, you can put that on that calendar, and everyone be like, oh, okay, you doing the charity stream? Let me go ahead. Let me go and watch it.
You guys remember? Do you guys remember Engine? ENJIN, I believe. They were. So it was popular in like the Minecraft space, because like if you bought a server, like a sponsored server, or not a sponsored server, a hosted server, Engine usually provided like basically a website space for your server, so you can essentially build a community. And that's kind of what Gilded has done, is they've taken that like kind of old like website forum model and now said, we're gonna make it prettier. We're gonna make the UI a little bit more pleasing, and then we're gonna give you the ability to talk live, because that's what's so great, right? You have a lot of these communities that span across like Elder Scrolls and World of Warcraft and any other big MMOs that come out, that they're building those guilds in each game. So now you have the ability to do like, here's the the Bear Initiative for WoW, here's the Bear Initiative ESO, about on down the line. So then you don't have cross-check, because sometimes you have people who play games that aren't playing something everyone else is. So I think what they're doing is smart. I think they can only build on it, but I think you got to keep it in perspective, right? You got to remember that a lot of those features that you like that are free, that Discord charges for, I would almost guarantee that they become premium features later on as people catch onto it and start using it more.
Yeah, I can agree with all that. Cause I know the thing that's really hurting Discord though is what you guys said earlier, is that with the partners and stuff. So I had a friend who was partnered on with Discord, and he lost access to his partner features, of course, because the way that Discord requires it is that they require. Yeah, we're talking about, yes, Jamie. We're talking about Gilded versus Discord. So the thing that with Discord is that which is what I don't like, is that what's the point of getting Discord partnered if you have to have a very active community? Like, especially now, since you're mostly friends with like a lot of different streamers and stuff. Everybody, every streamer has their own Discord, of course, right? And so at the end of the day, it's basically you can't, unless you have a dedicated community for yourself, for your community. It's going to be really hard to even keep that Discord partner down the line, because of the fact that they say that you have to have, your community has to be, I guess, say like example 20,000 words a day or something like that. Right. That's how active they want your server to be, and that's, if I was a Discord partner, I wouldn't even want to enjoy that, because you're basically saying that I'm a piece of shit now. Even though I worked hard for getting here, you're gonna drop. I guess you're basically demoting me, put it like that. And so, what the Guild is doing on that end is that they're poaching people saying, hey, we got, like you said, healthy competition. We got these, we got these free features. We don't do our partners dirty like Discord does. And, Discord, I mean, they've been trying many things to try to keep themselves afloat. They had their own Discord Nitro store which kind of failed because they tried to be the Epic Games of Discord. But hey, no one wants to have another client. I mean, I guess it's fine having a store, but because we all hop on Discord every day. But the main issue on why it's going to be a while before Gilded even really takes off is because people are so used to Discord now. They don't want to drop it because they just don't want to drop it. We're so used to something. It's like with Skype. My friend group, we used to use Skype all the time till we were like, okay, Skype is just garbage now because every day you'll get, hey, I'm a sexy female. Want to give me your credit card number?
Right.
And so
also. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Finish up.
And so, basically, it was hard for me to get my friends to join Discord. And then they're like, until they were finally done with Skype, they're like, okay, well, Discord's not too bad, So it's just, the thing is just people got to, when it comes to new things, try it out before you dog it out, basically, because you never know, Discord, let's say Discord goes down one day for a week. Guess what? You have Gilded. That's why I always advertise down below that I have a Gilded server. If you want to join there, go ahead. But go ahead, Shaq. I'm sorry.
Well, to say, what made Discord blow up the way it did was that they were offering something completely different than the other voice over IPs, right? Like all the other ones, like they had text channels. That was it. You could share like little files and links and stuff in them, but Discord gave something to people that they didn't have before. It was the very first iteration of this like community building. And then people started innovating on Discord and creating, automatic, bots in their server that could, give people roles and all that. So Gilded needs to do something similar. Like I have a feeling their go is going to be a lot slower because Discord does a lot of things really easily and quickly right now. And I know they've been around for a little bit, but like I said, I don't see people changing over as quickly as they did to Discord. And there's I know a lot of people who are very loyal to TeamSpeak and those other ones, just because their sound quality is, for the most part, a lot better. But like I said, I think Gilded stands a really good chance in the, in the realm of community building and voice over IPs. Like, I was just thinking, the first person who popped in my mind was actually LG because his community is basically based in fighting games, and like MMOs, there's a bunch of different fighting games, so you can have, your Street Fighter, you have your Super Smash Brothers, you have your Killer Instinct, you have whatever is they're playing, so that way people know what community they're getting into, but you're still in the dynasty.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like, you just gotta really just check them both out at the end of the day. Like if you like Gilded, check out Gilded. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I like Gilded. I do very much. I've been telling my friends like, hey, once Gilded adds in, like, fixes their streaming, because at the moment you could stream on there, but you don't have audio, so no one can hear, like, let's say you're playing a game, you can't hear the game sound or desktop or anything of that sort. Once they fix that, I might jump over for the most part, because it's just a lot of features do appeal to me. My only concern is that how are they going to keep these features, free unless they're getting advertisers, or they do have a subscription service to them like Nitro, except you don't get anything perks, but you're just there to support them because they're already giving you everything you technically need, I guess.
Right.
Yep. True.
And so that's why so yeah, like, honestly, like I said, just check out Gilded. You guys might like it. I mean,
yeah.
Each server, like I said, when I said, like, by each server too, within a server, each of those servers that you have, you can put them towards another, like, you can connect them towards another server. So let's say the main server is connected to America, but the other servers are connected to Europe or Asia or whatever, whatever other country, I guess, or whatnot, where the server is placed. So that's just something really, really nice and neat. But yeah, really, or Twilight, you guys got any insight on that?
I'm already on Gilded, to be honest. It's just really, I really need to get with a couple of y'all who actually on there over there, because I'm only in one server, and they really busy right now, so they really ain't been much on that stuff. But I like it. Me personally, I like it. I prefer it over Discord. It's just again, I don't know anybody over there, so why keep myself logged in over there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you on that. Pretty much. And also, I seen seeing Seti was saying that he dropped his Discord partnership because of it, and they poaching his ass. I'm like, oh which I kind of found out some other stuff. Found out other things about it too, which is why I brought it up as a topic for this episode of this podcast. So I feel like it's really important to talk about it. Because Discord, as a Discord right now, Discord is kind of fine, but if they don't get their act together, Gilded will come in and just take over, and well, it'll be all she wrote.
Yeah.
Okay.
I listen to your fans.
Yeah.
I always listen to your fans.
Or like not even your fans, like you know, like don't bite the hand that feeds you. You know what I mean? Like there's all these people like, you know, pushed you to do something and or you know pushed your product for so long, and then for you to just be like, well, because of numbers, we're not gonna like that's not how you take care of people who took care of you. So
yeah, you know, what if Discord got bought by Microsoft? Wonder what they would do to Discord at this point.
That actually, did you know that fell through?
Yeah, I think Discord declined that or something like that.
Yeah, something.
I mean, I would take the bag. I'm sorry, I would take the bag. That's just me though. All right. All right, so let's go ahead. I think we got what we needed out of that topic here. Let's go ahead and go to the next one here. Now, this is going to be one that's it's going to be hard for everybody. Physical versus digital games. How do you what do you believe in? Do you guys believe in the future of digital games, or do y'all still like to keep your physical media at hand? How do you guys feel about that? Go ahead.
Physical.
Now why?
Physical for the pure fact. Some of us are collectors. Some of us might just buy the game, take the disc out, cartridge, depend on what it is. It just keep the cases and put them up. Yeah. You can easily just take a disc and just put it in a CD player, like book, keep them all up. But you know, you want the manual, you want the cover, you want the case. And you know, I mean, we all seen it in people's backgrounds. They have a whole collection of games that they have that they just have put up.
Yep. And like there's one YouTuber I know that had the console nerd, I think, or gamer or something like that has his background's full of games. I'm like, God damn, what the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, you have a whole fucking game store in your goddamn room.
Like, I know for me, like, so I became a major, as y'all know, I became a major physical game collector. My collection's been ever so growing. You know, I try to pick up a game every so often whenever I can. You know, I'm a big Nintendo Switch fan. I love Nintendo Switch. I play on that and also on my PC the most. So the thing with like this whole physical versus digital games is that from what I've been told or not, and also read is that, well, the reason digital games is going to become the future because games are going to become cheaper over time through digital because they don't have to do the manufacturing costs and so on and so forth. But looking at it right now, games have not been cheaper on digital at all. When I'm expecting cheaper, I'm like thinking, you know, let's say a physical copy, you know, like $60, right? But hey, a digital copy is like $50 or maybe $40. I don't know. No, I'm like that would be cool, but that's not the case though. And so, and also now specifically saying what the Nintendo Switch, okay, Nintendo. We had a discussion about this, me and my buddies, a couple weeks back, where once their store goes down, you can still download your games, but you can't buy them anymore. So you lost access to the majority of those games or that catalog. Okay, and so that's the part that scares me in the near future is that you're not going to have access to those games. But also keep in mind is that in reality, guys, whenever you buy digital, keep this in mind. This is the woke part here. You do not own your digital games. And keep that in mind.
True.
You are paying for a license, a piece of code that says you are allowed to play it. You don't own it. So when you say I own this game on your console, then you don't technically own it. Like you can't at the end of the day, if they feel like you want to pull if they want to pull the plug, they'll pull the plug. Or let's say your account gets banned. Guess what? If your account somehow gets banned, guess what? You lost access to all those digital games that you buy. Let's say someone hacks your account. You lost access to all those games. Or better yet, so people got to keep in mind that you don't own your games as a digital person. Now you can say this. Well, yeah, if you buy physical, physical, yes, you do. You physically have it in your hand, like my Switch here. I physically have it in my hand. I can sell it, I can trade it, I can give it away, I can do certain things that I can't do as a digital thing. And also, if the game gets like with Scott Pilgrim versus the World, okay, that game got discontinued back in 2013, if I recall. Got delisted. All right. When they announced that they have a physical copy, that you can get a limited run game physical copy, I jumped on that as quick as possible because I'm like, you don't know when the next game that you're going to get is going to be the last.
And that's a good thing because pretty much like even if I bought Scott Pilgrim digitally, but since I already been bought like the classic edition, like pretty much just for collector's sake, and to own it on the physical side of things, I'm pretty straight. And I also done the same thing with the King of Fighters 2002 Ultimate Match for the PS4, which I still don't have a PS4 yet, but I am working on it. I just did that because Lord knows if you get able to go ahead and play that third game because
We're not laughing at you, y'all traded places today.
Oh,
Riddler.
Oh my God!
Literally.
I think that's a lot of the charm of this podcast.
Yeah. Next
I
time,
was just way too damn tired every week.
Next time, be sleep.
Well, it's perfect because his glasses were like the glare on his glasses were like in such a way that you couldn't tell. It was like just his head was down and he wasn't moving.
First attack knowledge, really. Yeah. First
More
part.
coffee in my life.
Go get some coffee.
And I gotta get like that requires me getting up.
But yeah, go ahead, Aki. Continue.
I'm sorry.
See, now Aki gets the last laugh.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, like I said, with KO 2002 Ultimate Match, like I think the last time you ever could get that game on the physical wise, because usually in the King of Fighters series, the Ultimate Match or Dream Matches entries are pretty much like non-canon in the story of the games, but it's like a whole, I would say a whole like a Royal Rumble kind of thing. It's like all the characters from the different games being one, including the boss characters. And I gotta go ahead and go through that bullshit. I went that bullshit before. Trust me, SNK bosses are no joke. I think the last time that KO 2002 was on a disc was probably, I would say it on the PS2 maybe, but don't hold me on to that because pretty much I just. But now you can actually get that game on Steam, along with 98 Ultimate Match and 97 Global matches as well, 13, 14, and 15, for probably some good prices, pretty much, if you catch them on sale.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd rather just own my games. And besides, I got like physical copies of my games, pretty much. I got them in my closet back in there. One of them is Skyrim. And I ain't even did.
See,
I still have physical copies on that one.
see now the issue with Skyrim though is that that shit ain't gonna ever disappear. Okay, you got Skyrim on the Xbox 360, on the PS3, on the Nintendo Switch, on the DS, on the PSP, on the pretty soon
On
goes
Oculus too, right? Or
yeah,
something?
yeah, on Oculus. You got the Skyrim on everywhere. That shit ain't going nowhere. All right, if it was able to, if you were, let me tell you, they're gonna probably make it to where it's gonna be on a DOS computer. You got to type in what you want to do, for Doom.
That's a lot of exaggeration, but he's not wrong on that because Skyrim has been ported so fucking much. I have the Legendary Edition. I have the Skyrim Legendary Edition on Xbox 360. Then I have the Special Edition on Steam. So yeah, that game ain't going nowhere, pretty much. And to be honest with you, I kind of don't blame it because the reason why that game is still relevant to this day because of mods and the community. There's a huge community behind it.
They made whole like additional like games basically behind it. Like there's like there's the was it Bruma? There's the Bruma expansion. I think it's called False Scar. There's like whole areas, whole voice acted areas that the modding community has like made. Like I don't know. I mean, anyway, I digress from that. I mean, it's super cool. But one thing I do want to say about the topic at hand is the you know, I like that. I like that there's two options right now because like you know, I'm a comic collector, and I don't get every comic that comes out there, but the ones that I want to read, the ones that I want to collect and hold on to, I buy the physical copy of, and you know, read them. And I've read a couple multiple times, and then I put it away. But having the option for a digital game because it is great because I don't have the infinite shelf space, or I don't really want to like have like a whole room because it would probably get out of hand if I was doing that. Because I used to do that with DVDs. I used to just like every movie I had was in a DVD case. I had like 4 boxes of like 400 something movies. But it got to be too much. But I think it sucks that some of these old games kind of die off and like they're not available anymore.
Yeah,
the good, but that's part of collecting, right? Like anyone who's ever collected anything, like when you like something, like buy the physical copy.
Yep.
Get the keep it because it probably won't be around one day. That's why there's a couple comics like that I got recently that are already up around $100 because they were like I didn't know that they were going to be valuable at all, but like because one character showed up and it was their very first appearance, it spiked in value, and that's only going to get more and more valuable. So like I said, if you like something, like go buy the physical copy. But I like that they're making these things, even the backwards compatibility thing. Like, yeah, PS3 might shut down their Vita and PS3 store, but that those games are eventually going to be ported over to their PS4, PS5 stores. Like they know where the money is. They know that they got to keep these titles around. But it's also not as easy as some people think. Like these games weren't made to run at 60 frames per second or even 30 frames a second.
Oh yeah.
Like even that breaks a game a lot of times. It's a big reason why Skyrim has so many problems.
They're telling you they stopped that. Sony stopped the the closing of the PS3/PS Vita store.
Too
Recently.
much backlash, yeah.
Yep. So I got a couple examples to show you guys. Okay, so these are a couple of examples of Switch games that I own. I own about 33 games of Switch games. Okay, so the very first example is of course Scott Pilgrim. Got it physical because the fact that you never know if it's going to ever get delisted again out of some type of controversy. Correct.
Yep.
This is a limited run game, of course. Because I'm a collector. Because of both front and back. But with a manual booklet, which is rare. It's rare for games to come with a manual booklet. Some cool stuff, right? So like I said, you never know.
Yeah, this is like that ticket, so-called ticket, pretty much it.
So this is what you call an abomination. So what I mean by an abomination is that not the game itself, but how they did this shit. So this game, you have about the first chapter. So this is probably an 8 gigabyte flash card. Okay, so it's probably about 8 gigabytes of data on here.
What game is that?
This is BioShock, the BioShock collection.
Okay.
Which it's supposed to come with Bioshock Infinite, Bioshock 1 and 2. Okay, so only the first part of each game is on the cart, but you have to download the rest. That's shitty shit there.
Lame.
So in the so in the future,
I played Bioshock Infinite. That shit was actually dope. I wish I played the DLCs also.
So in the future, you know, if Nintendo was like, I'm gonna cut this shit off, you're set out of luck. And they've done this with multiple games. They've done it with Overwatch. With Overwatch, you don't even get the card. You don't even get that. It comes with a little sticker or whatever that says, "Here goes your code." You know, so shit like that, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and speaking of which, Boost, you spoke on it. You know, Mario 3D All Stars, of course. Nintendo created a artificial, what is that called? Artificial supply or whatever, right? Where you have to buy this game and you only have a certain amount of time to do it. Now, to be honest with you, I never owned a Nintendo console up until I recently, we got the Wii, so I never played 64 or 3D or Sunshine/Galaxy. Okay,
I'm sorry.
So
last time I on the
Young ass.
well, also growing up, also Sega family growing up, so we played a lot of Sega. But so yeah, so I had to pick. I had to pick this up to not really worry about it. And then you have these are these other games here. These other games here never got you. This one I'm not for sure. I have to look this up. But these two right here will never ever get a digital copy. Will never. I'm sorry, a physical copy unless you order from extra places like example Play Asia. A lot of games, their Asian website, of course, where you can buy games. So how Play Asia works is this: they're mostly for people who live in mainland China where they don't have access to internet or anything of the sort. So you buy your game, you buy your game. It comes with a physical copy with the full game on it. So, like example, they could have done it with Bioshock. So example here, so you can buy this game digital. This is Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3. You can buy it digitally for probably when it's on sale for probably about $15 or less, all 3 games. I decided to pay $60 for the entire for all 3 of these games in the physical format. So this is a Japanese import. You can get Final Fantasy X. Let's make this another example. With Final Fantasy X, and if you buy the American version of the game, it only comes with Final Fantasy X on the card, and the 10-2 is a digital download code. Okay,
so you don't want that game anyway.
Hey, calm down, bro.
you don't talk. I will love to go ahead and get this certain collection, the Orochi collection by King of Fighters, which contains the whole saga from the first, because first King of Fighters was like King of Fighters 94, but it ended from 94 to 98. But the thing is it was the limited run game too. The problem is it was on the port of I think a PS2 port. So they said that some people were saying that port was trash and everything. So that's why trash, and they're like, fucking hey. But I just look at I look at it this way, there are certain games that I wish I could have got a physical copy of. And I just feel like with the scummy practices that Nintendo is doing, that's gonna lose a lot of people away from the console itself. You gotta think about it. Nintendo Switch is great for JRPGs. It's one of the best ones you could get JRPGs for. Another console is the PS4. But it's the fact that they be just doing what you say, Disbearity, then they're gonna lose a lot of sales.
For the most part, dude, you can't just only blame Nintendo. It's really the developers or publishers that don't want to make the cost, because as you guys know, the card that you would make these games on is more expensive than a disc. Okay, so let's say example with CD Projekt Red, they did port The Witcher 3 onto the Switch. It doesn't look good, but it's on the Switch and it's playable. So people that don't have a powerful computer or the whatever or console, they have the choice of playing it on the Switch. Now, CD Projekt Red, like I said, they were able to compress whoever they worked. I forgot who they worked with. They compressed all 40 gigs of game data from the PC version or whatever into a 32 gigabyte card. Now that's some magic there. Okay. But let's say games like Activision. Okay, Activision they did this with Spyro the Dragon. At first, Spyro the Dragon you only got I think the first game on the card. Okay, but you have to download the other two. All right. Now all they had to do was just spend whatever extra money that Activision wanted to. They could have put all three games on the card itself. So it's up to the publisher or whoever else because I think in the publisher's mindset or at least their corporation mindset it's like, well, the Switch is probably not going to be a great console, so we're going to make this a limited we're not going to put a lot of effort into this until or something of the sort. And so that's how a lot of companies still see the Switch, even though it's the most successful console right now. People they still see it as it's not really going to push off or whatever, as especially EA. EA doesn't believe that because they keep porting the same FIFA game over and over on the Switch, just update a roster. Otherwise they would already have the Sims 4 on the Switch right now at this point in time.
You don't. I wouldn't put in the words with EA. They just
EA ain't. Nope. I will tell you right now with EA and the way how they work and the fact that they had laid off a lot of people from their community. Not community, from their company.
I think you're thinking of Activision.
That's why I think about Activision because they got like, okay, we reached our goal of how much money we make. Okay, you could everyone gets a raise except the usual workers,
CEO,
the employees there, and some of them got laid off, and I'm looking like,
which is just fun. Honestly, like, how is that good business practice? That's what I want to know.
Because
how does that look being on the outside looking in to said game company?
Because at that point in reality here, gamers they don't. Sad to say, they don't technically care.
Right? Yeah.
They don't. That's what it is. So that's why you see Call of Duty doing so well every single year. Is that they don't really care all about that at the end of the day. That's why these companies get away with a lot of things like that.
It's a combination that they don't care, and then some people just don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I would say we're in the minority of like when it comes to like game news and game company news. Like people like us, like we're always playing video games, so we're very aware of like what these companies are doing. And honestly, like when you think about it, it's only in the like maybe the past 4 years that this like news like that has really. And I would say mainly since like the Me Too thing kind of came forward. Like once that stuff started hitting like mainstream news, and even I guess Gamergate to an extent, right? Like it's like once all that stuff happened, then they started looking at like the minutia of the gaming industry, and then you start seeing like controversy with like EA and the same goddamn Call of Duty game every year,
I mean,
so now that this stuff is like spread out more, people start paying attention to it. But before it didn't matter. It didn't matter to anyone. Were you saying
here's my thing. Here's my thing, and I actually had a talk with LG about this earlier. It's like I told him. Now it just seemed like when I sit there and I read some controversial thing happening or some drama happening within like they didn't did this, that, and the other. The way I look at it now is just like everything's just coming out like super, like it has like performative because it's like it seems like they doing it because of an agenda. It's not what they want to do. It's like, oh, we're tired of listening to people cry, so we're just gonna give them what they want.
It's that, and it's also to satisfy their shareholders too. When you have like when you have instances like with Anthem or what was that other game, Cyberpunk? Like like situations like that, games get put out and they're pushed so fast because they need to meet some deadline because the people who invested the actual capital and the money into it are like, I want a return on my investment, so you better put this game out, and it's that sucks. And when it does come to light that it's because of a reason like that, then it's like, why are you alienating your fan base? Like, we're paying your salaries. Not, I mean, yes, they're giving you money for it, but we're ultimately keeping you in business by buying that product or recommending that product over and over again. So,
yeah, especially when you go ahead and put like influencers and content creators too in the mix too, as far as people like trying to like recommend the game to their community since I see it. So.
Anthem the Destiny Killer. I mean, hey.
yeah.
That didn't happen.
With the case of Anthem was that this is when EA was spreading Bioware too thin, because you guys know when it comes to Bioware, there was one Bioware that was working on Mass Effect. There was one Bioware that was working on Anthem. You know, they were spreading their resources too thin. It's kind of like the same thing with Fallout. Was it Fallout 76? You know, it's just these corporations are they're mismanaging. At least most these there are people that they own basically, or the corporations that they own. They're just super mismanaging at the end of the day. Like because what was Destiny, again, was because it's a trend, right? As you guys know, we go in the gaming space, we go through trends. We went through the whole Minecraft trend where everybody and their moms that want to create a Minecraft game. We went through the zombie survival. We went through the zombie survival trend where everybody and their moms and dads, what game was I think it was H1Z1 that was most popular at first, or DayZ. Everybody wants to create the next zombie survival game. So there are trends that go through. You have MOBA trend. Now the trend that we're going through currently is the what do you call the gas game / Fortnite or battle royale trend at the moment, where you have a lot of people creating battle royales. You already seen plenty of them fail. You've seen people create Fortnite ripoffs. What's that one? So everybody's trying to catch up, trying to play catch up. No one's trying to not really innovate anything. They're all trying to get the whale. The whales. The whales are people who have the money. They're all trying to get into their deeper pockets at the end of the day. And so that's.
I don't blame them for not innovating though. It's the same reason that Hollywood doesn't write a new movie. They just keep reusing content because they know that sells. They know people are sold on the battle royale or the games as a service. Like, people want that. They want a reason to keep going, to keep playing new things all the time. Excuse me. And it's almost, and to gamble, especially on a AAA level on something like that, is you'd be insane, and it's these indie developers. There's this wave of indie games now that you're really seeing big success because they're a small team that have a passion to make a game and they want to do something good, and you're seeing large success out of these games. Like, one game that I played in the past was Hades. It was an early access game, by a small team for a couple of years. Darkest Dungeon was another one. Big cult classic now for
Stardew Valley.
All the that's where the real innovation is happening. AAA games don't know how, they don't know what to do, and you're seeing it in all facets of the creative fields. Hollywood, you're seeing it in games, in comics. I picked up this comic. It's a limited run. It's called Ultra Mega, by Image. If you guys are into comics, it's an insane story. There's the first two just came out. I just picked up the second one today, but not many people know about it, and it's the small stores, it's the small houses that are making really good content right now, and that these AAA companies need to follow suit, or they're gonna tank.
Speaking of Stardew Valley, man, when I first played the game, I said, man, this game is trash. Dude, I said, it is trash. I only played literally 30 minutes of it, right? Then about a year later, I come back to it. It's you know what? I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna play this game. 60 hours later.
Yeah.
Well, it's because they actually listen to their fan base. I believe because it's one guy who did it, at least initially. I don't know now.
Yeah,
I'm not up.
It's still him. It's still him. Confirmed date. It's still him.
There was one post on Twitter or something where someone's like, "Oh, can you make the fish in the aquarium be able to wear hats?" And then there was one comment that was popular, and he just like in a few hours he coded it and he just implemented it. Like that's the thing. That's I don't know what I'm saying, but
No, it's good.
Well,
It
it's
shows
like
that
with
people want to
Bungie.
listen.
yeah.
It's like with Bungie. Bungie actually listened to their fans. Hell, they had people who are actually actual players come out and check out their stuff. It fixed the D2 to where apparently now it's a lot more playable than what it was. That's the kind of stuff I like to see out of games personally. Like where you're actually listening to your fan base
Mhm.
instead
Mhm.
of just, oh, we're just gonna make this change because of whatever or because these certain group of people are complaining or and all that. That's fine. I think I'm just one. I'm just getting tired of it, but I'm just over the every action being taken just comes off of perform
Mm-hmm.
instead of just because we want to try to make you people happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. So and everything I would put it much like, all right. I just look at it this way. Like you listen to I'm gonna piggyback off of Doc Rilla. If you listen to your community, you will soar up. Like and also let me go also into also to add on. I feel like Shaq was saying like about these small little house developers, the indie ones. I'm gonna tell you something. You will find some games that like, oh, they don't look good. They ain't pretty much it, but it will shock the fuck out your ass. Like,
The only
man,
thing I'll
God
try,
damn,
the only thing I'll try
God.
to in the indie game is every game becoming a roguelike. Don't get me wrong, I do like roguelikes, but we gotta kind of calm down, y'all.
Well,
Nah,
I
okay.
do want to say one thing before we kind of pivot a little. I think it's important that that you need to listen to your community as far as like
Mhm.
changes that might need to be made, but you also have to stay true to your product, like that you're trying to put out, right? Like if you're
Mhm.
trying to innovate on something and everyone's asking for like older features, like you don't have to give in and bow down to that. Like innovate and make something new and different, and maybe explain why you want something to be a certain way. Um, but I think fun things like like small changes, like the fish can wear a hat,
That's not
like
fish.
right, you know what I mean? Like it's like things like that can be fun and cool because it's easy, well, relatively easy, a couple lines of code and boom. But you're allowing your community to be involved with the process of the game, which is a special thing. And it's something because it doesn't mean it should happen, but if it can, that's great. But you should always stay true to like the game you're trying to make. Don't just bow to the crowd.
Or
Yeah.
about to the money.
Right, exactly. More importantly, don't just bow to the money.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and switch over topics. This next topic is gonna be called. We have a couple more, two more subtopics to go about, and then we have our main topic here. The main topic is probably gonna be like a little bit the longest here. So this next subtopic is gonna be the future of movies. How do you guys think that's gonna go? With
Woke as hell.
But
Performative. No, I'm actually not being funny when I say that.
oh,
no, go ahead, speak about it.
I'm not.
Tell us why. Go ahead.
It's like this. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm very picky when it comes to movies. Like
me too. Because
I
anything
can
with
fall
horror,
asleep in. If I fall asleep on a movie, I know I just was not interested in it. But now, like I'm gonna be honest. From I'll probably say the end of 2020 till now, I have not generally seen a movie legit that I have actually been interested in because it just looked so much. It was like it had an agenda to it. It wasn't like an actual story. It's just like it was something wrote out with an agenda in mind, or they cast. Well, we can bring up Jenny Gargano. We'll probably start a whole bunch of shit with that, but it just looks like it's so much like pressure to try to prove a point or to
Mhm.
show the woke crowd or to be performative to where it's literally taken from the movies to where the movie just it's just like you could just watch like 10 15 minutes of it and just see how the characters being played. We ain't talking about the actors, celebrities, nothing like that. We just talking about the actual movies. And you can just probably tell yourself this is 100% fitting the agenda.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
that's exactly how Falcon and the Winter Soldier was. Okay, Falcon and Winter Soldier was
Oh.
it was good series. It was good, but
It was
there was-
okay.
there was- it was a-
Don't say it was. It doesn't even
it was
deserve
good.
good.
It was
It
good
was
to me.
okay.
It was okay.
Bucky,
Like it was good to me. Then 2 episodes, because 2 episodes really kind of upset me because those episodes made it very, very woke. Like I'm talking about super woke, and they weren't needed. Like what episode was that? I think it was episode 7, where they're tossing the shield back and forth, and I was just like, the whole conversation that they had in that script was awkward, and I was like, what is this? What am I watching right now? I'm trying to watch a TV show about comic book characters. And
that show is the perfect example as to why, why
Ugh.
Hollywood is creatively bankrupt. But also because that show was great for one reason, because Bucky Barnes went from tortured soul to peaceful Avenger, right? He made peace with his past. That was the best part of that show. Everything else could have been left out, or you could have done you could have put the story of Agent Carter in a post-credit scene in one of the next movies. There was no reason for all of that, and at the end it was basically saying it was the worst fucking costume ever. First of all, the Falcon Captain America costume, it looked awful. And then it was him for 5 minutes yelling at a senator saying print money and just give people things, and that's how you fix it. And they didn't even have the balls to call a terrorist organization just that. They were activists. You can't. It's just weird. It's just weird that you can't. You can't call a spade a spade. There's a couple moments that I thought were kind of cool. Then there's a couple patronizing moments. So when they're in the hood there, and the cops pull up, and they're asking Bucky if he's okay because there's an angry black man, and it's really don't do this this. It's just weird. It's just weird, and I don't. If that's the future of movies, we're screwed. We're screwed because there's no substance to it. You're perpetuating a lie, and you're perpetuating this whole thing that people can't work hard for themselves and do better. It's not up to politicians. We shouldn't be looking to politicians for our answers. Look to yourself. Well, yeah, of course, politicians play a role in this. You can't really deny it. But that show had such a chance to empower the individual, because Captain America stood up for America. He stood up for the right thing, and it was 6 or 7 episodes of him going, I don't know, do I want the shield? I don't want the shield. Okay, I'll take the shield. But do I really want the shield? Here's my shitty costume. America.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong.
This is why kind of reason why I stick to anime for some part. This is reason. Just saying.
Yeah, you ain't gotta worry about all that because they don't care.
And then
man, fuck them. I
had a, and then with Hollywood now, the thing that kind of annoys me now, which is I've seen it plenty of times throughout every movie. You got Color Purple. You have, you have Roots. You have all these other movies, right? And I'm tired of them showing me the past. All right.
Yes.
I've seen the past so many times. I'm tired of being. This is what you have to be reminded of every single day. I understand. What's this all? That us as especially as Black folks, we gone through things. I really do understand it, but in the generation I'm in, we haven't gone through. I'm glad that you could teach us what's gone on through history, but at the same time, though, if you want to move on from this, need to educate. Just educate your people. Educate people. Let them know that, and then I don't know. It's weird, but like, cause I got into it. Not didn't really get into it. I was talking about my older sister earlier today, or last night, and we got into a discussion, and so she was like, "All right, Sean, I want you to watch this movie with me, this TV show or whatnot. It's called Them, and it's called Them Covenant." And so during that, they show us, a group of white people attacking a black family, and I'm like, yes, I'm just in my head like it's horrifying. Yes, I know that we went through this, but you can't just keep on getting reminded of this, you know.
Yeah, why we always being scapegoated when it comes to some damn movie or some show?
Like
It's and it seems like now it's happening more than ever because quote unquote we have activists now and so-called black leaders and so-called people who speak for the black society or black community. Great. You guys got what you wanted. Now we're plastered all over the place in a negative manner. Great job. Black
Yeah,
community.
and yeah. Here's the thing though on that one. Right, and also I was gonna add to it because pretty much if you really think about it, these activists only pops out when there's anything that's done with race and everything. I'm looking at you, Al Sharpton.
Here. Let's save that
That show's
conversation.
written by two black people,
Here.
by the way. Them is written by two black people. There's
Here.
no white writers.
Let's save that. Let's save that conversation for the later half because the main topic. Because that's where we're gonna hit y'all. We're gonna hit y'all with some stuff.
One thing I'll add on to the only explanation I can think of when it comes to there's so many movies about slavery, right? It's just everything. It's in the background of a lot of movies. The only thing I can think of is you're always looking when you're writing a movie or when you're writing a story, you're always looking for the conflict, right? The big thing to overcome, and what bigger thing to overcome than that? That's the only explanation I can think of when it comes to that. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I'm saying that if they're looking for that big thing or something so abhorrent, because isn't I think the show Them, isn't that like a horror or
something like
a suspense type thing or something?
Yeah,
I thought that's what I read.
Suspense drama.
Right. So something like that, I'm sure there's going to be some messed up ties to it. Again, how could you get worse than that? But I see your point, and it's well taken, and I agree. You're kind of beaten over the head with it at this point. It's we need something original, something different.
Yeah, at least Lovecraft County may have those songs, but it is actually has a plot. Lovecraft County, Lovecraft.
It takes
Lovecraft
Country. Yeah, it takes place back in the 50s, but it doesn't remind you. It tells you that there were racist folks, but it doesn't sit there and dwell on it throughout the entire show.
Especially when you have goddamn some otherworldly monsters coming after you. So Jesus Christ.
Also, I just feel like personally, and this is when it comes to movies, TVs, and all that, it just seemed like a lot of stuff is where it's either rehashed, remade,
rebooted.
There's no creativity no more. There's no new plot, no new drama. When I want to watch something, I want to see something that's new, new plot, new drama. I remember back in the day, you had Ballistic, fucking Lucy Liu and I can't think of that man's name. And Antonio Banderas.
Antonio Banderas, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you had that. You had Antonio Banderas running through plenty of goddamn movies. All of them were great. Quentin Tarantino brought a whole new perspective. People couldn't stand his ass, but he sold his shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because he always brought something different to the table.
Well, it kind of goes back to go ahead. Sorry, Red. I didn't mean to interrupt. I thought you were done.
No, go ahead. You good.
Excuse me. I was just saying that allow the white man to speak. I was it goes back to what I was saying about games. It's too risky. It's too risky for these big kind of companies to go out on a limb with something new. and honestly, that's kind of what like Sundance and the film festivals are for. It's you're making like a budget movie in hopes that it's a big enough hit to maybe get some more funding to make it to release it as a feature film, and that's how a lot of successful movies do come through. And like the movie, it was actually with Brie Larson. Funny enough, Room. It's like her and her son were like captured by a predator. They're kidnapped and like put into like a basement, and it's based on a true story, I believe. Maybe, don't quote me on that. But so that was put out at like I think Sundance or something, and it won a lot of awards. And they ended up giving it a little bit more money, and then marketed it, and then released it in theaters. So it was like that's kind of how some of these things are tested out. But when you do it that way, like you don't have the same budget as like Iron Man or any other big Hollywood feature. So it's tough. I'm with you, Riddler. I would much rather see some small,
Now,
I kind of
fun
see.
indie-
Sorry to interrupt you.
No,
I
go
kind
ahead.
of see the movie industry kind of moving in the same direction as the gaming industry, where indie games are becoming more popular because they're becoming more possible. And like especially with COVID, with the theaters, like yeah, they're gonna reopen, but then so much has gone into streaming, and people are gonna be comfortable with that. So I think there are gonna be less people going to the theaters, and that does leave more room for like more indie films to be available to the general public through those services.
Yeah, and also just to add on to that, also mean that there are some theaters or a certain chain of theaters that's opening up to having like people book make a reservation to use that theater, like one of the theaters in there at the movies, as a way to like do some gaming, like pretty much it. I seen that article about that. I'm like, what?
Damn.
Imagine doing that.
That's insane.
no, when it
I'm
comes,
gonna be straight. I would be straight up honest. I would be playing fighting games like a motherfucker. Man, it's gonna be a whole.
though,
It's gonna be a whole Evo in that bitch.
I'm okay with certain movies though, like especially some certain movies in the past that like got remade because of because the technology wasn't there at the time. Like I'm okay with that. It's just when you like let's give Disney an example here. Now, how many times have they fucking rebooted The Lion King? I mean,
Bruh.
or how many times have they reboot? Like, you don't gotta sit there and reboot your old content. It's fine. It's animation. Animation doesn't really ages pretty well, if I'm not mistaken. But
Yeah.
Even Toy Story. Keep in mind, folks. Always remember, Pixar is its own entity. It might have that Disney label over its fucking name, but Pixar, I keep them separate. Okay, they'll always be separate in my eyes.
And Pixar do be making some good-ass movies.
Yeah, Pixar do be doing their
Like,
shit though.
it's
I
like
ain't gonna deny that.
now let me tell y'all want to talk about woke though. See, now my favorite movie of probably last year was probably, I won't even call it woke. It was Soul. Pixar created the movie Soul. It was an actual good movie that actually represented what black
That was
culture,
woke.
which black
That was
culture
good.
was. To me, I liked it. I don't know. I liked it.
Seen that shit.
I liked it, but it showed
I need to watch that.
it showed representation of the black culture. But at least it didn't remind you about slavery again.
No, but that wasn't the point either, right?
Yeah.
It was like, and that's the difference between like woke Hollywood and like something like Soul. Like they didn't beat you over the head with anything. It was like the character was majorly flawed.
Mhm.
And like just when you thought he had figured it out, he still figured it out. And he was on he needed to really give up. I'm not going to give away the ending. I know the movie is old. We're probably past the statute of limitations here, but
Yeah.
if you haven't seen Soul, go see it. It's a really heartfelt movie, and especially me being a dad, and I'm sure Twilight, you can attest to this as well. If I mean, I know you have a daughter, like mentoring a young mind and finding and having them find their place in the world. There's no better feeling, and that's why that movie was so good, because it had everything to do with his flaws and how he overcame them, all the while mixed into black culture.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a
Yeah, it
beautiful.
was its own story.
My favorite dude was that
Like
barber
it
though.
didn't just depend on a theme to keep it going. It had its own story to keep it going. It had its own characters and all of their dynamics to keep it going, and not just the theme of the movie.
Literally, my favorite character was that barber though. Just speaking on it.
Oh, dude, it's
He was
awesome.
He was the greatest character in the movie.
Yeah.
Like Soul to me was good to the point where I'm like, wait, this is it? There's no. I felt like it was short.
Right. I'm a big fan of jazz too. Like
Yeah,
it's
the
like one of
music
my
scenes
guilty
are so
pleasures.
well done.
Yeah.
The lighting,
Yes.
the camera angles. Are really
Mhm. Blues and jazz are like my guilty pleasure.
Jazz is life, man. You can't touch jazz. Jazz is just it's his own thing. Leave it the hell alone. Do not make it woke. Point blank simple.
Wait, LG gave me permission. What did he give me permission for?
No,
You think
he
I
was
was-
saying you said let the white man speak. I was just going on with their
Oh.
See, I want to skip this. Well, we can go back to this last subtopic, but it's kind of we're going to talk about something that has been really bothering me as of late, which is the main topic. We'll go back to the subtopic towards the end. All right,
Yeah.
Being racist towards your own race, and what I specifically
Lord.
and what I specifically mean by that, y'all, is that if you are on Twitter or just anywhere in general, okay, if you do not agree, especially as a black person, if I don't agree with another black person, the first thing that people go out and call you is a raccoon. Okay, y'all know what I mean by that. That is the first thing what they tell you. If you don't agree with it, and I do not, that upsets me, because you're telling me that I be tap dancing, and you call me a raccoon. What are you?
Yeah.
You're no better. You're no better, and I can't. That doesn't sit right with me. Or if you,
Yes,
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
It's ridiculous, man.
Bruh.
It's honestly ridiculous. And I think we talked about this on Discord because it kind of reminds me. I was watching this video about Japan, tribal, like how they go with Japan, how they have a bullying in Japan because primarily because they're on the island. And, you know, a lot of things is about survival for them. A lot of the older Japanese it's about survival. So anybody who stands out is instantly labeled as a potential threat instead of welcome, like how we do here in the States. And honestly, it's kind of that same mentality that I see that I see here, like I said, the monolith or tribalism type shit that you hear, and it's I honestly I agree. It's rather annoying because we really I think a lot of it is just stupid. I think, you know, we all like different things, and the fact that somebody might like something a little bit different. Okay, yeah, we throw jokes in. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You know, we might throw jokes in. Maybe we don't understand it. You know, it might sound weird, but at the end of the day, that's an opportunity for us to get to understand that person better, and to understand what they, you know, what makes them tick, and have them a part of our group instead of the opposite. And the fact that these people, you know, the fact that these people constantly on fucking Twitter, and I just literally right before I got in here just found something that people were mad about. The same group of people were mad about because somebody from the GTA 5 roleplay community is white and he's role playing as a black person. Like, you know, and then people are getting exactly, it's fucking GTA. But then you got people that if somebody disagrees with that, it's and it's a black person, it's oh well, you're white, you know, you're this, you're that, and it's like.
With that argument, then men can't be women and women can't be men in those.
Okay, before I break down everything you just said, let me start off by saying this. First of all, if America was welcoming, we wouldn't have had kids put in cages. Let me state that for the record. We ain't very welcoming. Secondly,
we're not very welcoming to illegal immigrants, but yes, continue.
I mean, it's kids, man. Blame the parents. Don't
Don't
knock
blame,
the kids.
yeah, you can't blame the kids.
You can't.
Yeah, well,
You can't blame the
so
kids, but see now you treading down a whole different. You treading down a whole.
there's actually
That's not the
yeah, there's a
parents'
good
fault.
yeah, there's also good reason that they're like those kids are there not to punish them, but because the people they were with either broke the law, or they were brought over by coyotes. In which case they
Broke the
can't
law
find the
because the
parents.
law is
Yeah.
flawed.
Well,
Yeah.
no, and
But
not to say
cages,
that there's not room for change. I'm not sitting here debating that at all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I'm saying like when there's if you have children, and again we have children, Twilight. Like it's
Yeah.
like when you have kids, like you would do anything for them. But I would never endanger their life in the way that again the system is flawed without a doubt. But they're not there. They're not punishing the kids. The husband's been or the mom and dad have been separated. Just like if you were arrested tonight, your kids are taken from you. They don't go to jail with you, and for good reason. That is one of those things that people like forget. Like, while the system is flawed, they got to do something. And I think what's
Aren't
going
a lot
on
of them
is-
bringing their kids illegally because that's the only way, and they're trying to escape like them being kidnapped or murdered or etc.
right, and I think the argument that a lot of the I guess the conservative side of things, and even like organizations like ICE, like the former head of ICE was basically like, if you're a politicalist or if you're an asylee, if you're trying to get into the country for asylum, like the best way to do that is to go to the port of entry because it's the legal way, and because they're not going to.
How would they know that? Like, I'm just some of them. They might not.
Right,
Like,
and again,
is also important.
right, and that's the thing is like, how do you get that message to people? It says like, if you do have a problem, then you need to do it this way, because otherwise you will be separated. Because once you do one thing for one group, you almost have to do it for everyone else. Like, well, everyone else just hopped
That's
over and then they got in. So it's just
Yeah.
such a sticky situation.
Yeah,
And then a lot of people, not to mention a lot of people have snuck in too. So it's like there's a whole bunch of things that especially that I don't like, especially when people try to put the kids involved, because it's a very sticky situation. You know what I'm saying? Because when there are people that will literally do stuff like that. Will put kids in harm's way because they know,
Right.
they know that it's going to be a sticky situation. They know that if we put these kids involved, it's going to basically make them hesitate, and we can attack while they're hesitant. You know what I'm saying? We can and I'm not using attack in a necessarily bad way here, but you can kind of take advantage, if that makes sense. That's a better term to use. So that's kind of a I wouldn't say scary thing to deal with, because it's like there's people that are literally using kids as a scapegoat. You know what I'm saying? But to kind of go back to the whole racism within our own race. Oh yeah, that's right. But yeah, racism with our own race. It's just I honestly I can't get with it like at all. Like I can't get with that shit at all, because it's like these people are literally these folks are literally causing more of a divide. You know what I'm saying? They're causing more of a divide than they are helping.
Yeah.
And it's from the same people who are saying that, oh, we are about unity within the community
And diversity
and all that shit
and inclusion.
and all that. But then but if you look into it, it's more of a control factor. It's, you got to believe what we believe. It's not about inclusion. It's about control. It's about hey, join our cult. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, like, people like Gothics, Eric July, and even myself at times, we call them a cult, because that's literally what the fuck they are. Anybody
really
who
are.
doesn't think the same way, the exact same way, I'm not even a slight variance in variant or difference of opinion. And some people in some groups, you're out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're either out of there or you're bullied into submission. You know what I'm saying? For
Like
simply
us
asking a
versus
question.
them, or sort of
Like-
scenario.
Like,
Yeah, us
I,
versus them.
like
pretty
I can
much.
give you,
Yeah.
like I can give you an example. Like I had a conversation with my sister last, like with my. I always had these conversations with my sisters and stuff. You know, I asked them like, I always ask them like, do you feel victimized? Because last night my sister, in a conversation we had, she called me a Trump supporter. I said, why are you calling me a Trump supporter? Because in the conversation that we had, I was like, you know, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and various other public figures did not sit here to let you feel victimized. They worked through those atrocities and to for everybody to be equal. No, they worked through this for the next generation to not feel like you're a victim and stuff. Like, and then we jumped on from that, from like with the with COVID, about talking about COVID. I said, look here, throughout, if you really look here and think about it, throughout human history, there's been multiple viruses. There's been the Black Death. There's been smallpox. There's been so many pandemics and epidemics that did not stop that alternated the world, but that did not stop the world from doing its thing. I said, look, you can't let the government sit here and lock you down every single week. Okay, as long as you take your precautions, get vaccinated, wear your mask, wash your hands, do what you need to do, and the world will keep going. Like, and so, and that's how like I see things. Is like, as long as you do what you need to do, you will be okay. And so my sister called me a Trump supporter. When I said that, I said, here's the thing though, okay? If you feel like you're a victim, it's not you. It's at the end of the day, it's the educational system of the United States of America. Because if y'all don't know this, okay, this country is not a democracy. It will never be a democracy. You might say power to the people. You don't have power. I'm sorry to tell you, you don't really have power. This country
The illusion of power.
This country is a oligarchy. This country is run by the rich and the powerful. You know why people aren't educated? Because they don't want you to be educated. This is why my mother always said, knowledge is power. People don't want you to sit there and get educated. Because otherwise, that's why they want to keep this racism, this Black Lives Matter, this Asian hate. They want this to stay, because they don't want people to improve. They want us to be in the same situation we're always in. That's why I say, if you Shag and Twilight, really, y'all have kids. You want to teach your kids, hey, don't be
and Riddler.
I said Riddler. Did I say Riddler?
Oh,
You did.
Yeah,
Thank you, Disbearity.
Like you all have, y'all have kids, like you guys have kids. You guys are there to teach your kids to be respectful to each to everybody, to teach them the way of life, and to get on, teach them the ways. But
and that's the.
Go ahead.
That's it. No, that's it. That's it right there. That's like literally period, end of story. Because people forget that, like, before the internet, before social media, you sat down and you talked with your family and you saw the news once, maybe twice a day, and you went about your life. Now the news cycle is 24 hours a day. People are on their phones constantly, and they don't. Instead of talking to their kids, they're looking at what's going on Twitter. This right now is our chance to do better. It's the problem is generational. It's not. There's not a policy that's going to be enacted in the next 4 years, 8 years, 16 years, 32 years that's gonna fix what's going on. You need to talk to your kids. You need to teach them to think critically. You need to teach them to question things in a healthy way, because you're right. MLK, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, all these guys taught you to overcome adversity.
Yep.
And like any person who died for their beliefs, they told you not to give up. They told you to keep going. And for some reason, there's people out there that want to tell you that you need to rely on someone else, and you need to blame someone else because you're not somewhere. That's hogwash. And any person who wants to sit here and say that any of us are racist to our own people or to the opposite is just like, I know every single one of you well enough to know that you just want the best for someone. I might not agree with everything you guys do, everything you say, but I'll put you in check if I need to. Yeah. And beyond that, like, it's your life, man. I don't give a shit what you do. You guys want to do crack? Do crack. Don't let it involve me. You know what I mean?
One of my favorite quotes about parenting is teach your kids how to think, not what to think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's perfectly
yeah.
put.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know, and
and
that's why I said it's, the United States educational system. It's there for you to set you up to fail. It's not. It's there for you to keep the cycle. It's here to
The
keep
public
the cycle
schools
going.
are.
You know,
Yeah.
it's here to
Public
keep
schools
the
are.
cycle going. I'm set. You know, and I talked to my sister. I told her last night. I said, look, these other countries in Europe, other countries that had slavery, they abolished that shit 300-400 years ago before America did. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand why you feel like it's just this people feel like a victim. Like, you're not a victim. Like, sister.
And also, let me say, and
I'm
I'm
tired of reading it. God damn.
Like, I tell her all the time, like, can you drive your car from A to B? Can you buy a cell phone? Can you buy a computer? You can do all this now because people they push for you to live your life. They push.
Disbearity. It boils down to one question, and I think all of us can agree with this. Are you able to get up every day?
Yeah.
Because there's people who can't. Are you able to get up off your ass and go to work every day?
Yeah.
Because there's people that can't. But you want to sit there and complain and play victim. When there's people who actually do require help, who do need help, who still try to push through every single day, despite what's going on with them.
Oh, but hey, remember we're called coons though, because
yeah, and also let me go and add on to this shit.
That's what I said.
This is one thing about it. Maybe it's just idiocy, but I always say that every time I meet people, it's like, you don't seem like you from Memphis. You don't seem like you talk a different way. And pretty much, I get this from black people all the fucking damn time. I'm sorry if I come to you in a certain way that requires me to come to a certain way when it comes down to asking for your goods or your services.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And even without that stuff, I always be like, yeah, you ain't from Memphis, man. The way you talk, bro, like you see you from somewhere else. Like, no, because it's the way I'm raised.
Right.
I'm raised in the certain. I'm being raised by a great mother, and a great father.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are many people cannot say that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's fact.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when I heard the topic about this, I interpreted it a little differently, and I was gonna say that I used to be racist against my own race because I was adopted. So I was adopted by a white family. I was raised in a very white town, and getting a little personal, especially in the early 2000s, because I was born 95, so that's when I kind of was a kid growing up. There wasn't a lot of Asian representation in the media, and whenever there was, it was always stereotypical. So growing up, there wasn't anyone who really looked like me. It was all white kids. There weren't even any black kids. There were a few Hispanic kids. That's it. And I grew up hating myself and wanting to look different because of that. Because no one knew how to interact with someone who looked Asian at that time, and the only thing they had to default to, and this is kids also, so it's just being kids, but they would just go to what they've seen in media, and then it would just be all the stereotypical type stuff, and I didn't have anyone who could show me that it's any different. And so that's what I believed about my own people, and I ended up hating myself and wanting to be white at a time. Now I don't feel that way, but growing up in America, that's how I felt growing up.
Yeah.
White is right.
Yeah.
I would even try to do my makeup to look less, my eyes look less Asian because I'd get made fun of all the time. It was a lot.
Yeah.
And it was and honestly, and with stuff like that, it boils down to, people learning how to just ignore the bullshit. And that's something that parents should be teaching their kids. It's people are going to talk about you regardless. That was something my mom used to tell me all the time. And people going to talk shit about you all the time. You blue in the face. But one thing my mom always told me is like, never, you never want to give them ammo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never want to give them ammo. So like, you do your best. When you step out the house, you make sure you're as clean as possible. Make sure you look, make sure your clothes are perfect. Not perfect, but they look good or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because so that way you wouldn't give them something else to talk about.
Yeah.
Don't give them they gonna talk about you because you're black, whatever, all that shit, whatever. Okay, but what they not gonna say is, oh well, LG stink. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we're not gonna say that, LG's clothes is looking toe up. You know what I'm saying? Unless that's the look I'm going for, then kiss my ass. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, but even then, it's like, well, we need to learn how to, with our own people, just recognize that, recognize one, we've been through some, tough times as people, and I think at some point everybody has, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the part we need to, get. It's like, okay, if you really pay attention to history, you realize that everybody has gone through some tough times. We don't need to worry about who had it worse. We need to cut this person had it worse. This group of people went through that. This people, we don't necessarily need to quantify it all the time.
It's important, I think, to recognize the past, but don't dwell on it. Let's be progressive and try to move forward, recognize the issues from the past, and make sure for the future and for future generations that's not the same problem that repeats.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
and like, why can't people just, but they know they don't happen to them, let them build the motivation better for themselves? I get it. All of us been there. We all have needed help. At the end of the day, and I'm going to speak on myself when I say this. Perfect example. I was homeless 9 months in California. Questions asked. I asked every single person I knew who were quote unquote my friends. Well, they wouldn't even give me a pot to piss in. So it was me versus everybody. So I had to get into my head, hey, I got to do this by myself. I got to be the one to get up off my ass and get out of this situation. I learned you learn. That's what I tell people. A lot of people need to really just hit absolute zero. And they'll find out. You'll find out who is really with you and who is not with you.
Yep.
Because I had to literally get out of that situation by myself. That's why I'm kind of the way I am now. Like I don't regret it at all. Trust and believe me. But
yeah,
like, so don't.
I understand that.
It's like, and that's why I think I'm more so just about when I sit there and I see this kind of victimhood being used. It's like, for what? Because you can easily use that negativity that's in you and change it to something that's positive and move forward and do what you want. That's why I get on y'all young asses. Aki, Disbearity,
I ain't that young.
LG, Twilight. Hey, Shaq's doing the damn thing anyway, so you. But that's why I get on y'all asses. That's why I create y'all when I see progress. That's what I see. I call it, for what I see it, I call it progress. That's what it is. Y'all fucking doing shit that y'all said y'all want to do. Taki said he wanted to do a goddamn stream tape. He did the first one. Second one. Now he done with the second one. Fucking phenomenal. You got that shit done. Now what the hell you gonna do now? I mean, other than take a break. If you take a break, you take a break. I don't blame you. But still.
Yeah.
You can't go nowhere but up. LG just finished his renovation too. Take a break, take a break. Strip club, do some shit. But what are you gonna do next? You gonna do next? Disbearity want to do a website, want to improve his goddamn content creator, want to fucking start drawing on stuff, want to sit there and start building up video editing stuff. Okay. Write the list down. Make yourself want to get up and do it. Say, today I'm just gonna work on this, this, and this. It can be streaming involved, but what you gonna do in the meantime? You know what I mean? What are you gonna do? To improve yourself. You want to get on Blender? Start working on that. Whatever. Even if it's just, hey, let me learn the basics. Hey, well, let me look at this to see how I can further my basic knowledge into something more than what I want. All progress towards what you want to do, whether it be small or big, it's still progress. If you keep pushing yourself to want to get that end game that you want. No questions asked, no shit. Don't let nobody say, oh, well, I only did a little bit today. Did a little bit today. Okay. That's still something. That's better than zero towards what you wanted to do.
Yeah. Like,
that's what it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, we all may need a helping hand here and there. It's cool. But should nobody be victimizing themselves? They feel like, well, I'm black, so there's no way I can do this. I'm black, so white supremacy is holding me there. I'm generally like, I'm more over it than I am over a Killer Instinct, and that shit pisses me off to hell. But I can get by that. But that's why I've not really paid attention to social media like that. Like I have, but I haven't. But because it's like, that's all I'm seeing is victimhood and race card being pulled every freaking half hour. It's like, oh my God.
And let me add on to this, and I'm going to go back to where I was talking about like how the hell it is. Like I remember one time this was back in 2012. I was staying in a deeper part of Memphis, South Memphis, called Riverside. It's around where it's pretty much the neighborhood that my mother herself has grew up from. So thing is, it's a hood. So I'm gonna put it that way. Spoiler alert for your ass. But long story short, I remember my little brother Marcus came to me like, "Yo, you know what they were saying here? Like, what, man? They think you gay as hell." I'm like, "Why? Because you don't be sick of yourself." Okay. Like, and that's another thing. And this is from your own race too. They think you're a homophobe, you gay, or part of the LGBT community if you don't fuck with anyone around. I'm sorry, but I don't mess with people that is not on the same wing lift as me. Sorry, not sorry. And even then, if I did, I would be very wary of how you move. You know what I mean, and how you talk and how you walk. Cause I gotta look out for, and no, I gotta look out for me. I gotta look out for my safety. I don't try to hang with everyone here. If I see you doing something that I don't agree with if I feel deep inside my own heart and it's on a moral and integrity type of thing, I'm not gonna be fucking with that shit. No. Hell no. And that's one thing about it, though. That's all I gotta say on that.
And I have something to jump on you too. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Back in the day, I used to be like, you know what? I'm not growing on Twitch or anything of the sort because I'm black. I literally used to sit. You can ask Aki, actually. I used to sit there and say that shit.
Yeah.
I used to be like, I'm not growing on Twitch because I'm black. And then I just really sat down and, was just like, maybe it's just me, Like, and that's the thing. You could see there are plenty of black. Yeah, I have my friend. My bad, y'all. There were plenty of black content creators. There are plenty of successful black content creators on Twitch, whether on Twitch, YouTube, Spotify, OnlyFans, whatever content that you do. There are plenty. You just can't sit there and blame it on race. You can't. It's you as the person. You got to blame yourself first. Blame yourself, then get to the improving part. And that's what you got. And that's what you have to do. That's what's needed to be done. Otherwise, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna be blaming people your entire life. It's like me saying, "Oh, I'm not growing on Twitch because Twitch is run by white supremacists." Like what? Like, and we all know that's not the case. It's just the thing. The thing is that people don't have the motivation because they always want to act like the person that they look up to. They don't get motivated, enough at the end of the day.
Yep.
And even if that was so, there's nothing you can do about it. So what are you going to do? to do whatever you want to do, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That
I mean,
I think
but
that's the issue. But I think honestly, it's just me. It's I feel like it's a mentality process. Like even if there are people that are racist on, it's like I'm at the point now to where if somebody is racist on Twitch,
Shit, I'm,
so what?
I'm over people.
What are y'all going like? What are you gonna do about it?
like I'm
Okay,
damn
so
near
what?
gonna put it on trolling now at this point.
Exactly what do you okay well there's racists on Twitch, there's this on Twitch, okay, and I mean there's racists everywhere you go.
now,
You know what
now,
I'm saying?
see, here's
You're not gonna get rid of the shit.
now see
Okay,
the piggyback off LG. What he's saying to piggyback off him. Okay, if someone comes in your chat, and especially let's say me, mine, and LG Dark Realists comes in our chats and calls us the N word, okay, Twitch is giving you the tools to not even allow that in your channel. Okay,
Right.
so the people that allow that in their channel, they want it because they want social media validation. They want to seem like they're the victim on Twitter.
Bruh, I
That's
can't tell you how many bots. Like I've gotten bots with the want to be famous. Click this link here, and it's like,
Yeah.
bruh, you don't see me making videos about that shit. Like that shit, just I delete those shits and move the fuck on. Like
Just
me, Uncle Witch, we block, we let that shit go. We okay, block them, report them, and go. Like
yeah,
we over here having a good ass time. That's it. Like ain't nobody like you might see it in a bot or two because but even then you realize, hey, I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh well, guys, I'm tired of these bots, guys, can Twitch, can we do something about these bots? Can we make a video about these bots? I mean, sure, I might give me a couple of extra followers or two for about a good 2 seconds, but I'm like, it's stupid because when
yeah.
next time somebody sees that video or if somebody sees me, they're gonna expect me to go off on somebody, and when I don't do that, they're gonna unfollow. Like I don't care for that. Like I said, I'm going to handle my business. It's not,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, look, if you want to be racist, okay, you could be whatever you want to be. Certain things I'm just not gonna stand for. You're not gonna be sitting up here and being disrespectful that towards me or anybody that's in my chat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Like
whole new ball game.
so if you want to sit up here, come into my chat, like say we're doing this on stream right now, and somebody comes into the chat and starts talking shit about, for example, we'll just say me or whatever. Say they'll start talking shit about me. Like I said, that shit can get handled. It gets handled just like that.
Because
We got mods in place.
yeah, I sit here.
You
I'm
know what I'm
like,
saying?
yeah, I sit here. I'm like, where do all these people get like this racism from? I haven't been called the N word or on Twitch in a minute, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Unless I'm saying
No.
it. Unless I'm saying it, they called it. Come on now. And so like, but yeah, when it comes to like a troll, yeah, you can call me fat, you can call me black, call me the N-word. I don't give a fuck because I hear that shit every day. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Now, yeah, like LG said, you start attacking someone that's part of the community. That's a whole different story. I might have to. I'm gonna slap you down. You know, I'm gonna get my.
Easily.
I'm gonna get tips.
I'm gonna beat him
I'm gonna
to
get
it.
Jay. I'm gonna get either Aki. You know, Jay might be streaming, but I'll be like, yo, Jay. You know, bro, I know you streaming and all. You got a pause moment for can you ban somebody real quick, Jay? Because I literally can't right now. Jay will be like, you know what? I got you, my nigga. And trust
What you
me,
supposed to do?
it's shit. Trust me, like you know, it's just Twitch Twitch they gave you the tools for this crap.
Like, dude, it's just so much. They just so many gotta play victim just to get follows and views. Like, oh my god, y'all, come on. It's got to be better ways to do it. But if I say that, I'm in the wrong.
Yeah,
Like, oh my god.
I hate it.
Yeah, if you say that, we're
yeah,
called.
it's a problem. We're coons. We're
coons.
this. We're that. Where I'm like, bro, if y'all don't shut that shit the fuck
It's
up,
like
because now I'm getting to a point where if I hear that shit, I'm about to go in. Like, what? I'm a what? Obviously,
Well,
I just can't.
Do it. It's funny when women do it because, like, especially when the black women do it. I'm like, you want to sit up here and talk about I look like I'm a coon, bitch. You paint your face every fucking day when you wake up. Like I don't play. Like what? You said what? Bitch, you don't look like that when you wake up. Okay, talking about I woke up like this. Don't let Beyonce lie to you, because Beyonce don't look like that when she woke up.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Well, they also like people on the internet can conflate like racism with like criticism, I guess. Like,
that too. Yes.
you know, it's
Yes.
like when you have a guy like, you know, like the Quartering, for example, who is like harsh in his criticism on things on the internet, but it's his job. Like he looks at stuff and comments on pop culture, but as soon as it's of someone that does not share the same melanin level, it becomes like an attack on their race, on the black community as a whole.
Not the
and
the topic itself, but
Like
black
I can give y'all like here I can give you
Right,
guys two
right.
recent. I'm
So-
gonna give y'all two recent examples to really think on this. Okay, the whole all right. So not to get too political, the whole Columbia, Ohio situation with the 16-year-old girl getting shot. Okay, that's
Yup.
one. That's situation number one. Situation number two is where another dude whose name is Tyreek. We're not gonna give him any more public than that. Okay. This he goes and bashes a white employee working at a Holiday Inn until, or not, well, not him, sorry, not him, but the customer. He posted a video of a customer
That was horrible.
bashing
Oh my
this
God.
employee, okay? And then he's
Right.
calling this employee a white supremacist. So let's say one day, let's say I'm just on my computer at work and stuff. I'm already having I already having a bad day, but I'm trying to get through my job and stuff, trying to pay these bills and stuff. And then all of a sudden you have this bad customer. I'm sorry, sir, we have a computer error. I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what happened. I can't manage this because that wasn't my job. Do you want me to go get the manager? He's like, no, you can do it from here. You can harass. And so I'm just sitting here getting harassed. I'm like, sir, I'm sorry, sir. It's the computer. I can't. Oh, and so when the customer is just sitting there bashing you, and by the way, the customer was black, by the way, so he's bashing this white kid until this dude gets into a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And then this Tyreek dude calls the white dude a white supremacist because of a computer error.
Right.
I hate when people
And-
do that. And it goes from when I try to be very careful about that myself, like calling people a misogynist or calling them racist. Like their behaviors can be that or that, but them themselves, and then like attributing that, like that, I think actually is productive against your cause. Like
Right.
if you just
100%.
throw it out without any meaning, that's going to be counterproductive.
Right, because there's real racists, there's real
Yeah.
misogynists out there who do harm to people,
Yeah.
and who are just despicable people. And
Yeah, calling out
and-
people
and
who are
same thing
actually
with, like,
on your
and same-
side is not good.
right, and the same thing goes for like any of these big movements, like especially with the Me Too thing. There's like real predators out there who like ruin women's lives and women who ruins men's lives, and you're totally reducing this down to
Yeah,
like
and
a
women
side
who
eye you didn't like.
Lie about that kind of stuff. That hurts
Right.
the women who actually are experiencing this
Yes.
horrible shit.
That part.
Absolutely.
That part.
Absolutely.
And that's the biggest issue is because now it's gotten to the point where and I've said this before a while back. It's like the equivalent of people like when you first learn a word, right? When you first learn a word, the first thing you do after you figure out the meaning is you put it in every fucking sentence because you want to see how for yourself how it fits. You know what I'm saying? So now you learn, oh, this is cool, right? Okay, so we learn about what cool means. Okay, so that's cool. This cool, that cool. So you start putting that term in every fucking sentence. You're basically throwing shit to the wall and hoping shit sticks.
Yeah,
Because you're learning the word. But in this case, what you're doing is you're literally devaluing actual, the actual racists. Like people over here, talk about white supremacy, racism, and then misogynistic and all of that shit. Like these are people that are you're giving a title to somebody, for example, misogynistic, to a dude who really he likes women or he respects women, but he may just believe that, hey, a woman's place tends to be in the kitchen. We women have roles, and they think that, hey, a woman's role is this, that, and the third. They're not a bad person. They just think that, hey, based off of what I've seen maybe in my family life or what I've researched, in society, that women have performed better when X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But but then they'll sit up there and say, oh well, misogynistic. Oh, and if he works at a job, me too. Like, we're gonna go ahead and make up stories. People making up stories, and the fact that people can sit up here and find people's jobs. This is the problem with today's society is people are going like random people are trying to find out where you work. You know what I'm saying? Finding out where you work and trying to
Yeah.
stop you from making your money because they don't like what you say. They don't agree with you say. So we're not gonna say we disagree with you, but we're gonna stop you from making your money in order to basically shut you up. And I can't get with that. Nor would I will not
Uh,
stand with that. That's only reserved for people who are literally the most vile of people. And honestly, in all actuality, in all seriousness, that is rare. I know we talk shit about a whole lot of people, but in actuality, most people that actually deserve to lose things, those are few and far between.
It
Very
really
few and
is.
far
Mhm.
between.
mhm.
Okay, people might say some stupid shit, people might say some dumb shit, but you know what? Some people may not know better. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, people are just being idiots on the internet. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yep.
very rare that we can sit up here and say, "Hey, look, bruh, you need to be cut off from society." Period. Like, okay, bruh, you need to stop completely. But they're applying this treatment to anybody who disagrees. You know what I'm saying? And especially within the black community, like being racist against your own race, there are people out here that are literally going out trying to find out where you work, find out what you do, and messaging. Say, for example, you work at Twitch. They're over here messaging Twitch to report you for doing your shit. Like that's stupid.
And next thing gonna pick it back on that, there are the company's policies that says that you could get fired even if you're not wearing your work badge. You're not wearing your uniform, your work uniform. You get fired just because of that, because they got to look at us to the fact we have this employee doing all this stuff. This be detrimental. This is gonna be bad for business. Because I know my
Possible.
yeah, that is
You can get fired.
my job has that policy, like
Mhm.
with the
Stupid.
social media policy.
And I think it's kind of in a way it's stupid because it's like you allow these like you why are you allowing these people to sit up here and constantly you know something fuck with people's money. Now me personally, I'm under the assumption or the belief that you don't fuck with people's money. Okay, I
Mhm.
may not agree with you on certain things, but I'm not gonna fuck with your money like that unless you really about really about that life, about that bullshit life. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But when people start fucking with people's money, that's when we have a problem because now you're creating a potential villain that you
Mhm.
really don't want. You know what I'm saying? You're
Yep.
really creating more of a bad press for yourself because you think, oh yeah, we teamed together and we got rid of these people and we got rid of this person. Who's to say that that person that you got quote unquote rid of
Mhm.
won't come back and find out that you're one of those people and take it as far as now all of a sudden you 6 feet under.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't
Now
know
you
who
got
know
now
who.
you know what I'm saying? That's the point. So my personal thing is it's about respect. Like yes, you can respectfully disagree. You don't have to like what somebody's saying. I'm not saying kiss ass. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, don't sit up here and fuck with folks' money. Like that's a big no-no. Because the minute you fuck with somebody's money, that's when you gonna start getting into people. And I've told people this plenty of times. I was like, look, when people start, oh well, we gonna get behind this person, we're gonna cancel them, we're gonna, make them lose their money. I'm like, bro, look, if they come to your doorstep, don't have me in it because guess what? They come to your doorstep, they going to your doorstep. And if they come to me, I'm putting them right to you. Because guess what? I'm not the one that I'm just disagreeing with you and using it for content and disagreement. We can, basically creating a conversation. This ain't
Mhm.
me.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna sit up here and deplatform you unless absolutely necessary.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm on record, I'm on live saying that. So if anybody want to sit up here and say, well, LG did this, LG did that, they're lying out the crack of their ass. Okay, and I don't play. That's one big thing I don't play with is folks lying on me. I don't waste
Don't
my
blame
time and
you.
don't lie
Oh
don't
yeah.
lie on me because I will go after you. Like I'm not playing. You think I'm petty? Shit, you have no idea, nigga. I will shit.
That is something I don't play with. You can
I don't
call
play
me
with
what you
folks.
want. One thing you will never call me
You're
is a
not.
liar.
You won't. You
Don't
won't fuck with my character.
Ooh-wee.
You won't. You won't fuck with my character, dude. I always tell people,
Uh,
man, I can be an asshole, a big asshole. Y'all, everybody in this chat, y'all know it too. But
Yeah.
once you really get to know me though, I could be your brother. I could be your best friend. If I had got the money, you need money, I could hook you up. Hell, you can ask Aki. I hooked them up a lot of times. Shit, when you need
Yep.
money, I got you. But once you try to mess with my character, that's
That's true.
that's when I get
That
pissed
is
off.
true.
That's when I get pissed off. You
Yeah,
know?
I think it's kind of a generational thing too. Like people seem to not be able to agree to disagree nowadays. And with the conflating, it's like just because you disagree with one idea from a community doesn't mean that you disagree with the whole community or you want to cancel or hate the whole community. Like, and that's when it becomes dangerous because if someone disagrees just with one idea in a community and that's like bad and people just jump on them, that's a cult. Like that's when it becomes a cult.
Yeah, and that's literally what it is.
Oh,
Oh.
dude.
Hey,
Yo, thank you, Drunk Serenity. I appreciate it. Thank you. How are you doing today? Well, and thank you for the follow as well. Thank you. What's going on?
I'm just tired of it, bro. Like I've had it up to here with the shit, bro. Like I've had it up to here, and I'm gonna speak out about it. Like you ain't gotta like it, you ain't gotta agree with it. I don't give two shits. Okay, well we could talk it out like adults then.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We could talk it out like adults, or if not, okay, if we want to play the petty game, okay, two can play that game. But I guarantee you, I'm gonna go out. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna go out losing. At least not on purpose.
And the crazy thing is that they sit there every single disagree with them, and I will use myself as a perfect example for this.
Yeah.
Every single time they do it, I point out exactly what I say they're gonna do. Every single time they do it, every single time, and I just tweet, "This is what y'all wanted, right here. What y'all seeing right now is everything I sat there and told y'all they do."
Yep.
Right in your face.
These are the community leaders, and that's it.
Yeah.
And these are the so-called leaders of the community. They not my leader. I'm gonna tell you.
They're not my leader
now. Like they not my leader. You can't. Them bitches can't lead a horse. You know, they can't even lead a fucking glee club.
And
the fuck they gonna lead me for?
And that's the thing that sucks is that especially in the black community on Twitter and Twitch and stuff, it's really hard for me to like get to know other black content creators. So I'm like, well, damn. Can I become friends with this person, or is this person going to attack me or call me a coon later on because I disagreed with him or something like that, like out of the blue? And, and I literally had a friend like that jumped on the bandwagon. We're not going to go through that, but he jumped on the bandwagon, and I thought we were friends at this point, but no. So that's the thing. It's like, damn. This is why I said I'm over people. I have to keep people at arm's length, and I got a pretty long arm. I'm 6 feet tall. I got a pretty long arm. Okay, I'm over 6 feet tall. This arm right here stretches for miles. But like, anywho, it's just like I had to sit there and be like, dang. I mean, this guy seems like a really cool dude, but man, I don't know if we become friends and then he becomes part of my inner circle or something like that later on. Because if I say something that a wrong opinion. Is he gonna go to his friends and call me a coon, or call me an N-word, call me this, call me? I'm not gonna sit there.
But that's what you have that conversation. And honestly, it gets to the point now to where you have to sit down and have a conversation with him and be like, okay, look, bro, like we sit down, pull him to the side, and say, hey, look, bro, I'm thinking we cool. You know what I'm saying? I really want to have this conversation because I think this is important to have. And I think that's the biggest. I think that's the biggest problem now. It's like. We're just letting people inside of our circles because for whatever reason now, like, this person hangs out long enough with us, and it's fine. It's fine. It's understandable. You know what I'm saying? There's certain people that, okay, what's up. You can let them in your circle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But sometimes you just got to pull people to the side and say, hey, look, Disbearity, I know we've been talking for a minute. We cool. I really, I want to have you, as a, more involved as a friend or, whatever, XYZ, let's have this discussion. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about, okay, how do you feel about X, Y, and Z? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like a no holds barred conversation. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the part that's what's missing right now. It's just we're just letting people into our stuff. That's one thing I've learned is like we just let people in. Aki's been hanging with me for a while. He's cool people. I'm just gonna let him in. He wouldn't do this, that, and the third, and some people literally will do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people will literally be like, okay, we'll be okay with that. And then some people don't want to have the conversation. Now, for those who don't want to have the conversation, you know, you may have to just keep them at arm's length. I mean, sometimes it might bother you or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to do it. Sometimes you have no choice but to.
Yep.
Hey, now piggyback off of what you saying. That is one reason why I will honestly admit I am glad, as much as I admit that I get tired of shit on Twitter. My Twitter is the way it is. It actually gives me the ability to know who wants to have these conversations, who's willing to have these conversations, and who just don't.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing I will give it. It lets me know who's like genuine and who has their head on straight, or who may disagree but just don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just go like full on about it and just say, fuck it, I'm gonna block you. I may disagree, but we can have a talk or whatnot and all of that. That I will admit to openly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the point. And I mean that's what social media was supposed to be. I believe it's supposed to be designed for anyway, to create a discussion, a conversation, and to be social, and within different social groups. Nothing wrong with having people that, like, there's nothing wrong. Like, I know a lot of people joke about people being people like about men being horny, but like there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you have a high sex drive, for example, it is what it is. Some people may like talking about sex, some people don't. Some people are comfortable with it, some people aren't. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using that as an example. But it's honestly, people need to be in a position to talk about that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And then also it's also up to people to realize, okay, I don't feel comfortable talking about I may not feel comfortable talking about it in a public setting such as a public podcast, but I can talk about it or in the private Discord chat, like if we're just in Discord just talking, chatting it up.
Yeah, there's a big difference, definitely.
And that's fine, and that's where, like I said, that comes where communication comes in, but not just on. And people, once again, people are expecting the other side to do. It's not just, oh well, I expect it from the other side. You got to be able to pull it out too. It can't be just, oh, I'm expecting Disbearity to reach out to me. I'm expecting Riddler, Twilight to reach out to me, Aki. I gotta, and I'm learning this too. I gotta do my part when I can.
Yeah, it's all a learning experience at the end of the day.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yeah.
But at this point, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up right here, y'all. Today, I think was an excellent podcast. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed today. I really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
The conversations was great. The discussions was great, y'all. And I appreciate everybody who in chat who participated and part of the discussions. I really do appreciate it. This is the All Podcast, where we speak all out of our opinions. If you guys ever have a topic that y'all want us to speak about, definitely go ahead and jot it down, give it to one of us, and we'll definitely talk on it in the future. Like, honest, we definitely will be. The next podcast though will be late. Will be late in May. Probably sometime around, let's say, like May 26th, sometime around there. We're gonna take a break. Then we're gonna come back. We're gonna hopefully breathe in some different topics and stuff. And then we're gonna come back and
hey,
and
they asking for one more topic, dude.
All right, go ahead, Knight. What's topic? Go ahead.
What's the topic, man?
Watch it be some bullshit.
Knowing Night, I wouldn't kind of would pass.
By the way, I prefer physical discs over.
Why you keep pulling a sniper? Well, Dre, I keep pulling a sniper on you, Dre, because I'm trying to motivate your ass. Okay, see, let me tell y'all a story about Dre. I told Dre, I said, Dre, this is getting him into the gaming PC world. Okay, I told Dre, I said, Dre, build your ass a PC. He's like, no, I don't want to build a PC. I'm an Xbox person. I said, Dre, all right, motherfucker, you gonna build this PC? Okay. So I made him build a PC. I got him to build a PC. Spent I think like $1,000, built a great PC, right? And then now guess what? He don't even play on his Xbox anymore. He play on his PC. And then he bring it up every so often. Why did Disbearity keep pulling a gun in my head? Okay, the Steam Mercy. Okay. Okay. So while we're all here, this upcoming Saturday, you guys, I've been streaming on Twitch for about 7 years now. Okay, 7 years. 4 years on and off.
Hell.
Yeah, 4 years on and off because of work, and also 3 years more seriously. Okay, so the Streamiversary will be on Saturday, May 1st. This Saturday. Okay, it's gonna go for about 12 hours long. All right, 12 hours, and if we hit the main goal of the Streamiversary, which is 75 subs, I will go for 20 hours. All right, and thank you, because I appreciate it. So. Part of that too, is that each goal that we hit, there will be a giveaway, $15 giveaways for each, for with any gift card that you want. So if you, and that's going to be mainly for subs. So if you're subbed, you can enter that giveaway. Okay. I also will be taking shots that day. So y'all want to get drunk and fucked up with me, y'all? We can do that. We can do that. And then
Wait, shots of what?
Shots of,
you know why?
Shots of what?
Some tequila, some liquor.
Oh, okay.
I gotta figure out what we got. What we got in there.
You already know me by now.
Gummies.
And then for the main goal too, the main last goal is that I'm gonna be doing this death nut challenge because my friend Hal is like Disbearity. I've been waiting for this day. Okay, he already had it ordered when I even posted it. He already sent it to me on the day. I posted it up. And he already sent it to me. So he said, Disbearity, you're gonna do this death nut challenge, which is like
I'm trying to pray. But wait on me.
And so on that,
let me tell you something. Let me put it this way. I tried that shit, never the fuck again. I thought Carolina Reaper pepper was bad. Bruh. I still have a clip of me pretty much like trying to go ahead and do hell the fuck no. Your ass is better be alive after this.
So
otherwise, even you probably be alive. Shit, your mouth will never be the same again. I can tell you that right now.
Shaq couldn't even handle the Carolina Reaper. What the chances anybody else has?
I tried. I had Reapers already before. I had plenty of Reapers. I had 6. So
jeez.
Yeah, so it's tough.
I had 3.
And so the games on that day that we'll be playing, of course, y'all have it. Y'all want to just come on through, play some Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, some Smash Ultimate. Y'all got Smash, Pummel Party Among Us, some Zombie Army 4. We got plenty of things. We got plenty of things that we're going to be doing that day. All right, so it's going to be a fun day. So y'all all want to come on through, come and hang out, have some fun. Definitely do so. Definitely do so. But like I said though, thank you guys for coming on through to the podcast. Thank you for the host. Sadly, one of our other hosts, Clad Crowe, couldn't be here today. But he will definitely be here next time. He had to work a double shift. But in all memory of Clad, bow your head. Stop.
Top flight security in the world, Craig.
Top flight security of the world, Craig.
What's your Disbearity? Wait a second before we cut everything out. What's your fucking woke quote?
Oh, my woke quote. All right.
Yeah, your woke quote for the day.
All right. Okay.
I even said, bro.
Okay, let me think. Give me a sec. All right. Okay.
Let his woke powers activate. It takes time. He just got the head.
I just graduated. Damn it. Just graduated.
He just ascended, y'all. Give him a chance now. He got to get in the groove.
Okay. You are a victim if you are. You know what? In 2021. You're a victim because you've been through slavery, okay? Because white supremacy has kept you in the mindset of slavery. You are a slave to your own self. There you go. That's the quote of the day. There you go.
This motherfucker.
All right. Wow, it's gonna be somebody that believes that shit too.
I know, right?
And
I don't feel woke. This motherfucker Jay stupid.
I don't feel woke.
And also another thing, because of white supremacy, okay, you didn't get your PS5 yet. That's why it's out of stock. They stole it from you. Blame them.
Fucking scalpers.
Yeah, those scalpers are white supremacists. I'm telling you. Believe it or not.
I think Sony announced that like the PS5 sold like 7.8 million units and PS4 only sold 7.6. Like what?
Yeah. I'm like, how are they selling PS5s? You can't even buy a fucking PS5.
Exactly. Let me upgrade, damn it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go, Knight. See, look at that. Credit scores were created by white supremacy to keep the black man down.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. China would like to have a word with you.
The No Child Left Behind Act was created by the white man to keep the black folks and the people of color down.
Right.
Got you.
Right.
Got you. I got you.
China would still like to have a word with you, sir.
Chinese government.
How dare you spread lies on Al Gore?
The CCP.
But like I say, y'all,
W.
just stay woke.
Don't complain.
just stay woke.
We get enough hate already with the pandemic, so.
Right. The CCP would like to have a WORD with you, sir.
But you guys know. So before we end this off, you guys already know about me, Twilight or Aki. Since you're about to leave real quick because you got work, tell us about yourself, Aki, before we head out here.
All right. First of all, I am Akitak Uzu, and all about beats and games. Pretty much a variety / music content creator here on Twitch. Has been doing it for the past 4 years. The content you pretty much see is like music production, along with some tips and tricks in the music production and into the music business that I find pretty much. If you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and YouTube at Akitak Uzu. All 4 of them things. So with that being said, with that, I was just saying one more thing. The Screen Tape 2 is coming out June the 7th, 2021 on all streaming platforms. But it will be a pre-order. Hopefully this Saturday, if not Sunday, for it, and it's gonna be pre-orders for it. So for all my streamers and content creators, you might want to jump on this because it's 40 tracks of banging hip hop, R&B, and trap beats on the tape, and it remains, and some of them are included some of the beat battle the beats I used for my beat battles in the past. So yeah, go ahead, cop that and do it. So
all right, Riddler, what about yourself, Riddler?
Oh, I'm Dark Riddler, voice of the voiceless. I do story-based games. I actually do now. I do TFT. I do Killer Instinct. I say that with so much enthusiasm. I also do co-op games with the Twilight Woven right there.
Oh, I'm the Spirit Wizard.
That's what she claims.
It's been proven throughout every single VOD. So, just saying.
We'll discuss that later.
All right.
And also, I also do actually do voice acting. I've actually already put in for voice acting for a game already being made currently. And I'm also putting in more auditions to do more voice acting for other stories right now. So pretty much, if you want to check out my content, and I do adult-based games too. So if you want to check me out, I have a YouTube up, but that's more so my highlights to all the games I do play, etc., etc. But I'm usually streaming on Twitch for all my story-based games, which I do have commands, and you can also vote for my next game being played if you have the points. And always check out my social media for where that is where I talk the most shit about several topics, just like the ones we've done today.
Yeah. Twilight, did you give a description about yourself?
I'm a single mom. Sometimes I stream on Twitch. I'm a variety streamer / cozy, I guess, streamer.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
All right. Shagsworth sadly had to go, but Shagsworth is a white supremacist.
Wow.
Damn, dude.
Damn, bro.
No.
He here to defend himself.
Watch him come back like, excuse me?
No.
I'm
No.
telling. I'm snitching.
No, don't tell Dad. No, don't tell Dad. No,
Oh God! Wow.
Shagsworth is a great. He's a great. Can we get a shout out for Shagsworth? He's a great guy. No,
don't try to shag him out now.
He's a he's a great guy. He's been currently playing the Elder Scrolls Online. He's also really into Rocket League too. So you guys like Elder Scrolls Online, Rocket League, definitely check him out. He's really cool dude to talk to, sit down and have a conversation with. So definitely give him some support, y'all. Show him some love. But real talk, y'all. Real talk. Thank y'all for coming on through and meeting White Disbearity. I'm playing. Thank y'all for coming on through. Like so the next podcast will probably be around May 26th, which is on. I think it's on a. Oh, LG. My bad. LG. My bad.
Damn, bro.
So sorry, LG. I'm sorry. The white came out of me, LG. Okay, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, dude.
No, more like
dude. I'm sorry, dude.
There was nothing woke about that, sir. Nothing woke.
Well, sir, I'm not woke anymore. I'm white.
Wait a minute.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, LG.
Bro, you a few shades too dark to be white, bro. Oh my lord, I can't. I know the hat too tight, Jay. I know the hat too tight. He got to break in the hat. You know what I'm saying? He got to break in the hat.
Yeah. I like I just got.
By the next time y'all see him, the hat is gonna be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna hear African drums in the background. Between him and then you're gonna hear Della. You're gonna see Della. Appearance by Brother Della. Brother. But y'all can find me. Thank y'all so much for having me on. I go by the name of LG, 210LG on Twitter, Twitch, all that. I do music, gaming, vlogs, a little bit of graphic work. I play a lot of fighting games sometimes. I'm also currently helping Riddler in Killer Instinct.
This is true.
Currently helping him. I'm trying to. We gonna get him there. We getting him there. He's doing pretty good. He's just gotta stay the course.
Listen, I'm getting gold tonight.
I wouldn't. I'm gonna tell you right now. Stay right where you at.
Really, you getting gold?
Realistically, I literally want you to get more comfortable with the game first before you start trying to push for gold.
You see, really, you getting gold. Really, it's like you getting Golden League.
Okay. Now,
wait a minute. I take offense to that because
now I'm getting gold. Now I'm definitely getting gold. And I'm only hey, look here, motherfucker. Matter of fact, I'm about to go live in about 10 minutes just for your punk ass fucking statement. And I guarantee you, I'm guaranteeing gold now, you son of you motherfucker. Hold on. Let me get my goddamn ass. Now I'm up. What my goddamn shit? Put that goddamn woke hat back on, first of all, sir. And take off that goddamn Trump shit. Yeah. Let me you see this? You see this in my hand?
Hold on, I got you.
Sir, just know I will be getting gold.
All you gotta do, just tell them to square up. Tell them to get the game. Tell them to download the game. Square up. That's all you gotta do.
We back.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just tell them to download the game. It's on Game Pass. Tell them to download the game and square up. That's it.
We can all square up on League.
Twilight, we play some League tonight, Twilight?
I was thinking.
Yeah, we're gonna play some League tonight.
I want to play tonight.
I haven't played it in a while.
Side note, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. So real quick, Disbearity. So when my internet cut out that day, and I was in the middle of a game, I got hit with the lever buster shit.
Like, bro, what the fuck?
So I was stuck in low priority queues for like 5 games, bro. That shit
happened
was the
to
worst.
me too. Fucking leave.
I hate it, bro. That shit made me mad, bro. Like, it wasn't even my fault. Like, the internet literally crapped out on me. Like,
and they know that. They can tell. They don't care.
like, but yet they can sit up here and let people talk all this shit to you.
Twilight.
It's perfectly fine. And I'm like,
I feel for it.
I'll go bot lane if Twilight's down there. I trust her.
Because I'm a good support.
Yeah. So I mean, if we do it, we'll do it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Either way, I'm going live. It don't matter. I'm going live because Disbearity done fucking set me off. Great job, yo woke ass.
Yeah, woke. I woke your ass.
You keep that goddamn hat on too. Get fucking Della on your ass too. Woke ass fucking shit. Show your ass some shit today. You gonna hey look here to all the viewers. They gonna learn today. They gonna learn today.
Remember, folks.
You didn't got a fire in my ass. Thank you, Disbearity. I just want you to know that.
Ooh, got
In
him.
the interview, I promise you, in the interview, they gonna say, "What riled you up, Disbearity?"
Yeah. Stay
Nothing else need to be said.
Stay
Go
woke,
ask
y'all.
that man.
Stay woke, y'all. Stay woke. Who else needs a kufi? Cause I got you.
Where the fuck did you get that damn hat from anyway?
Go to Amazon.com. They work like now. You want to talk about woke? Man, they woke them. They woke them drivers up to give me my shit.
Hell nah, bro.
Yeah, cause he really did get that hat pretty fucking fast. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Yeah, I got paid. I said y'all thought I was playing. Y'all thought I was play pimping. I told y'all I'm graduating this week.
My lord, I'm dead.
Twilight.
Yeah.
Twilight.
Let's get
Me-
this league up.
Me, you, bot lane. It's a date.
Right.
Get it.
Sound like a plan. Good.
But
Good.
like I said, y'all, thank y'all for coming on through to the podcast. Though, next episode will be on be around May 26th. Also, y'all see this episode hopefully within this week on Spotify, and also for the podcast members, I'll have it up there in video format for you guys can download and put on your own programs or formats as well. But thank you guys. Y'all have a good one, and we'll all see y'all next time. Peace out, everybody, and much love, y'all.
Right.
Peace out and much love.